A little update, I guess, on this car, on my Mazda RX-7. So, I think the last video picked off. I did end up putting power steering back into the car. What else? I put the under tray on, various things. Put in oil cooler lines, stainless steel ones. I did end up putting on those silicone hoses here on the upper radiator and lower radiator, as well as the heater core. I put on those as well. What else? I ordered quite a few parts for this car. This car's gonna get basically a whole refresh. You'll see when it gets here. I'll be recording just putting that on. But for today, I've just been working on routing this controller right here for Fortune Autos. So they don't make these anymore, so I actually got a really good deal on them, brand new, unused. Couldn't pass it up. Since they don't make them anymore, I might as well get a set, because when I was at the racetrack, or when I was at Thunder Hill, when you go to adjust the rear suspension, you got to take out the speakers. So I said forget that, so the rears just ran soft the whole time. So with this, it eliminates me actually getting out of the car and adjusting the suspension. It was kind of tricky seeing how to mount this in this car. The way that the mounting system in this is kind of weird. It only goes straight, so this is the motors here for each individual coil, or coilover individual. So this just goes straight up. So this kind of has to come up like this, and this has to go sideways. I wish there was a better solution, but it is what it is. So the way I mounted this in here, in the rear at least, I still got to figure out the passenger side, but the driver's side, I drilled a hole here on the side. There's actually an existing hole here underneath this plug already. So I just reamed it out, put a grommet on there so it doesn't tear this boot right here. I actually mounted the motor down here at the bottom. Then I routed the wires up here, routed up here, and then back here between all of the wiring. And then I mounted this, the actual controller for the rear of the coilovers back here. So this is how it gets power, and then this puts the power to the motor. I still got to do the passenger side. The plug for that's under here, so I'll do that later. But this one came out pretty good. I riveted the or at least I riveted the motors down there, because there's really no way of mounting them, and you want a solid mount because that is a little motor and it's going to be pushing a little bit. So if you don't have it secure, it's probably just going to flop around. And then routed through here, came up right here, and there's no binding in it. It looks like it's mounted pretty damn good. And yeah, so basically just using that little rivet tool right. I'm going to mount the controller, this piece right here. It's gonna be mounted here in the center console glove box, just so it's out of the way. I can adjust it whenever I need to, just open it up. All the wirings ran through here. I did have to take apart all this just to get the wiring inside here, running up the pillar back here to the controller. So I'm trying to make it hidden, or at least OEM as possible. Still trying to figure out where I'm going to get accessory power from. I was hoping to get one of these plugs right here with accessory power, but I don't think any of them have accessory power besides this plug right here at the bottom. But this is already taken by my controls for the windshield, or side windows, or side mirrors. So I might just have to tap into that, but I'll double check these two here that aren't being used, because this one right here is for the fog lights. I'll double check these, see if I get any 12-volt accessory out of those. If not, I'm gonna have to take this out anyways, because the front controller for the coilovers is probably gonna go in the dash somewhere behind there, so I can hide it all, and I'll run the wire up this way to this main harness here. All right, another day, back at it. You can see I riveted these in so I can mount the controller in. I already got it through this hole right here with a grommet, and then I already hooked up this to the rear coilover. Still trying to figure out what's going on with the front coilover. I think I already came up with that solution, but I'm waiting for Fortunato, see if they can maybe send me a piece that's already drilled out so I don't have to do it myself. But if not, I already ordered something. It'll be here Monday. I'll probably drill it out, so I'll have to bring it to the drill press to make sure it's nice and straight, so that way that piece can go through. So that way this piece that connects to the top of this coilover can go through. Yeah, but we'll see. I'll continue on. I'll get this mounted, and then I'll run the wire for it. That means the rear is already done. I already got done with the driver's side over here, so that's good. That's already completed and done. Wiring already here, already good to go. I just need to wire up this side now and mount this, and it'll be good to go. I'll get that done, and then I'll show you what that looks like. All right, it's hooked up now. Wires in here at the bottom. Over there at the bottom, routed it right here. Zip tied it right there where a factory mounts at. Kind of went behind this pillar here, and then I ran it down this way with another factory clamp, and then plugged it all into the rear controller here. So now I'm just gonna turn it on, test it, and make sure it works before I button up all the carpeting here. Print out some new speaker mounts, so that way you can sit in here, because my speakers cannot sit in here at the moment. The other one's melted from the heat, so either gonna make it thicker, or yeah, figure that out, or get it cut in some sort of aluminum or something like that. Try to see if I can do this one hand, but this is the adapter piece here for the top of the front FC strut. So now you can see there's threads. Before there are no threads. You can kind of see it with this passenger one here. But here we go. So let's see, moment of truth should be able to go on, and it does. So just use a adjustable wrench here just to tighten it all up. There we go. Should be good. Next, they have these little Allen wrenches, little tiny pieces here, very small. So you just got to put that bad boy here, wait for it to catch, which it does there. Right, here's that one here. I kind of don't like the bend on the hose here. It does say watch out for a straight vertical, like I guess straight 90-degree bends. I guess this isn't too bad. It's got a little bit of room. It should still work. All this is all snug down now. Should be pretty good. What I should have did is use that factory hole that's on the left side and make a new hole on this side so it can go further out. I was just trying to keep it further away from the engine bay, because I don't know how those units do under heat yet. But now that I have everything I need for the fronts, I can get this all done and dialed. I just got to run the wire, take out the dash or my in dash and all that stuff, and then run the interior wire, power wire, and everything where it needs to go, and then I can button everything back up. So I will be starting on that later. This is just more like an update just to see if that what they sent me works, and it does. It works very good. Now I can actually use this, which is great. So I completed the controller. So here's this side right here. This is put in, wirings all through here. I just gotta button it up a little bit. All right, so this is it. What you see right here is, like I said, I should have trimmed it a little bit more. It's just weird because this isn't exactly straight. It like kind of goes down to the angle on this side and this side, so it doesn't go straight across. But it's cool. It's gonna be underneath, but it looks pretty good. It's not too bad. Hopefully no rattles or anything like that. It shouldn't, because I put all this little like electrical tape here that has like a little bit of material on it, so it's not straight touching metal. So it shouldn't rattle at all. but I'll put the speaker covers back on a little bit after. But I'm just gonna complete that side and be done with it. Show you what it looks like when everything's about together though. Adaptive suspension is done. Everything's put back together. Privacy cover, speakers back on. Make sure the music and everything works. Turn the shit on. Uh-oh. Let's take a look at the controller. So I put the controller in here. A little bit unseen. Right now it's on full hard. So we can actually just go to comfort mode. We can go to set. Now it's going to move everything to the lowest setting. And it's done. It's that quick. It's pretty good. I would like to mount this controller like maybe right here somewhere if I could. That'd be awesome. But I don't want to drill into this or anything like that. So I'm thinking about making a plate that goes in between here. I might have to shave this down underneath here to kind of like bypass it through, so it goes like this, kind of like the S2000 mount that I had before for like cell phones or lap timers. It comes across this way here like a plate, and then I can just put a magnet on the back of that thing and call it a day. Run the wire up here this way in between here, since it'll be a little bit hidden, it won't be too intrusive. But yeah, that's basically the install right there. I'm going to test out the music, make sure that's all good, make sure speakers are working, each individual one. But yeah, that was it for the project. If you have any questions about that controller and how to set it up and all that stuff, I can try to answer the best I can. As far as I know, I'm the first video with the FC installation with full interior. If it was gutted, obviously it'd be really easy, but full interior was a little tricky in some areas. Like I said, that back corner over there, the carpet is bulging a little bit, but it's okay. No one can really see it because of the privacy cover, but it only bulges out a little bit. I don't think you'd be able to tell unless you're like a real FC person or something like that. But yeah, other than that, that's it for the project. Thanks for watching.